Growing weary? Welcome to Seeking God with Leah Klein, Health and Wholeness Coach. Our verse for today is, "Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." Galatians 6:9. Getting tired of all the work you're putting in and maybe not seeming to see any results? We are called to keep doing good, whether we are immediately seeing something coming from the work we are putting in, especially if we know that the work is what God wants us to do, like we talked about last week. Is this something He has given you the gifting for and you feel like you've been called to do? Then we are not to grow weary. We are to keep doing good. And when God's timing is right, we will actually reap a reward or reap a harvest from what we've sown. Sometimes we don't see the harvest of some of the things that we do. Sometimes we're just called to plant those seeds and someone else actually reaps the harvest, but there will be a harvest, and the harvest we have to leave to God's hands, especially if it's the salvation of a loved one. And it's like, yes, we can plant some seeds, but we have to leave it in God's hands because He is the one that quickens their heart and causes them to be open to actually hearing what you have to say. And they may not be there yet. And sometimes it's just other things that we're doing that we're not necessarily reaping the harvest immediately. And we have to keep going. We have to keep moving forward, doing what He has asked us to do. But we can go to God because we're not supposed to be doing this in our own strength. It's not just about us. Ask God to give you His strength and His sustaining power to keep going. And if you need some help connecting with Him, if life's just too full of distractions and noises and you need some help there, let me show you how to spend quality one-on-one time with God and really hear Him speak with you. The link to my calendar to set up a time to see if it's what I have available is a fit for you. Just schedule a time and we can chat. Now we'll wrap up our time with one that we don't sing very often anymore, but it's very appropriate to harvest, and that's Bringing in the Sheaves. If you know it, feel free to sing along. If not, feel free to just listen. Sowing in the morning, sowing seeds of kindness, sowing in the noontide and the dewy eve, waiting for the harvest and the time of weeping, we shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. Sowing in the sunshine, sowing in the shadows, fearing neither clouds nor winter's chilly breeze. By and by the harvest and the labor ending, we shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. And I will see you next week with another verse. See you then.